Good morning, YouTube. I hope everybody is doing great on this Thursday morning. Shout out to you guys for tuning in to Thursday Inspiration with Miss T. Pre and
Dr. Bombay.
good morning, Bombay.
Good
How are
morning.
you today?
Good morning, T. I'm well. I'm up, raring to go.
Me
Had
too.
my
Excellent.
caffeine.
Excellent. Let's get into it.
All right. Okay, this week's excerpt is mantra, the wisdom of impermanence. One of my favorites. Okay, every experience that you have is simply one moment in time. Every moment that you struggle within, sit with, or dance your way through will eventually pass. This truth applies to all things, the good and the difficult, the darkness and the light, the just and the unjust. It's all transient, momentary. All right, there is both grace and wisdom in knowing that this moment too will eventually pass. I'm pretty sure you heard that before. That's an oldie but a goodie. The
That's
wisdom of
so
impermanence.
important. Yeah, that's so important to remember that. Sometimes we lose sight of, a situation that may be happening at that moment that might feel like, this is all that there is to life. Okay. Sadly, when people, feel that way and they get to a state of depression, they may make decisions about that are permanent decisions. And unfortunately, those permanent decisions didn't give them the chance to understand that their situation was not permanent. Okay, that
Exactly.
the moon changes every single day. It goes from a waning moon to a full moon, back to a waning moon. And every single time, all day long, while you're going about your day, and all night while you're going about your night, the earth is changing back and forth. So nothing is ever permanent. Nothing is permanent, including, and this is my mindset of it and my spirituality, including death is not permanent. Okay. I do believe that life will continue. You may not continue on as I might not continue on as T Pre, but I will definitely, my life will continue on some way and somehow. So everything is in cycles, everything is in changes, and in seasons. And you got to take the time to understand that the season that you might be going through at this moment, it might be tough. Nobody said, that everything in life is going to be absolutely perfect all the time. You are going to go through kinks and you are going to go through problems in life, but everything will change and everything gets better no matter what. So
to me, the law of impermanence, all right, this is probably one of the most profound ideas that one can conceive, because what it is, it gives you, I tend to think of it as the ability to experience deliverance, from wherever you are, whatever the circumstances are. The law of impermanence is definitely something that's factual, and all phenomenon are subject to the law of impermanence. There is nothing that is in a constant state. There's nothing that you can think of, nothing that you can name that will forever remain. Everything fades. That goes down to physical things. That comes down to your circumstances, which we've talked about in past videos, and we've made references to this subtly. That's why I was waiting for this particular week's topic to come up. So in knowing that, you understand that when you're in a bad place or a negative situation, that it is only temporary. It's not going to last. Now, the same thing, unfortunately, there's the yin and there's the yang with everything. Also, when you're in a good place or a good situation, it's not going to last. These things are temporary. So what do we learn from this? The idea that we should take from this is simply to not grasp and try to hold on to any one thing, or any idea or concept, because they're always fleeting in nature. So if I'm in a bad situation, I take comfort and I rest in the fact that, hey, this is only temporary. If I'm in a good situation or there's something happening, the party, as we spoke of before, this is only temporary, and there's going to always be so these circumstances that are forever changing, and as it did refer to, a wise man once said, this too shall pass. And I kind of saw a reference to that as I look back here over the mantra. Now, this too shall pass was said by a wise man to give people hope or to help them restore their faith. But like I said, what the wise man left out is that when you're in a good situation, that too shall pass. So understand, you know, circumstances, they do change. Now, some people would say, you know, and I hate to be morbid with this, while I have an illness, I'm at the end of my life and I'm told that, you know, it's not, you know, I don't have much to look forward to. However, as T. Pre said, even in death, that will change.
Yeah.
So eventually that itself, the disease, the dis-ease, the illness will cease to exist. And as your life, as she stated, will appear to cease to exist. Now, I'm pretty sure we'll get more into that in future broadcasts as far as talking about death and things beyond, but we're going to leave that. We're going to leave that for later, but just, you know,
I'll do that on a reading for y'all.
Oh yeah, there we go. So you can talk to your grandmama when we do the seance.
Yeah.
But yeah, just know, you know, so when you understand that, you know, that everything around you or all situations or phenomena are, you know, caught up by impermanence, then you can live your life in a way to understand that those circumstances will not persist. So that kind of can be used to give you a boost, but it's not used to bring you down to say, okay, well, this is a good thing. Just ultimately just know and understand that these circumstances, these occurrences, they're coming one into the next, understanding your life, it's all the unfolding. You're just moving from point A to point B to point C, and you just keep moving through the points. You know, no need to grasp or hold on to it. Or as Winston Churchill said, history is just one damn thing after another. You know, pretty much how he put it, but I was saying it in a different way, in a different context. But yeah, definitely that mantra, that thought, that ideology has helped me a lot. You know, here we are. A lot of you make New Year's resolutions. You know, you end up in one year, then you start this year again. A lot of you break those resolutions, but it's okay because, like we said in the last broadcast, you have the next year, the next day, the next month, the next minute, the next second to start again.
So in tarot, the numerology is used a lot, okay? And in actuality, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a secret, which is not much of a secret, but it's something that I knew as a child, and a lot of us probably heard this, especially in Christian households and Jehovah's Witness households. Playing cards, okay, actually can be used to read tarot cards as well. They could be used in tarot card readings. There's certain symbols. So the heart, okay, is the cups, okay? So it's usually filled, it's water-based, it's based off of the water signs, and it's usually something concerning love, something concerning joy, something concerning abundance, okay? So the hearts in the playing cards are actually in the tarot deck as well, and they are used in symbolization of cups, okay? So I just told you that. I'm not going to tell you the rest. I'll tell you guys that in another video. But the reason why I said that is because when you have the hearts, when you're thinking of hearts and you're playing hearts, or I don't know if you guys ever played that game, but or if you're playing that, or if you're using tarots to do that, and you're also using the numbers on those cards. So like it could be the 6 of hearts, okay? I'll give you that as an example. The 6 in numerology represents balance, okay? So if you go from 1 to 9 or 1 to 10, I hate the number 10 because it's only number 1. But if you go from 1 to 10, okay, the 6 is the balance number. So in spirituality, in numerology and spirituality together, if there's some type of evil intention, there's only a frequency level that you can get to, okay? Before you're just, and if you able, I don't know how you're able to get past that. But if you're able to get past that, I don't know, you're probably the devil, okay? But if you can't get past that, it's usually because most people operating on a spiritual balance are operating on a 6, okay? Or higher. So there's 6, 7, 8, 9, okay? And then, and then you go from there. The balance level where you're at, it's kind of like a point in numerology, where it means like if you get a six of hearts, like if I'm doing a cup reading, if I'm doing a card reading, if you get a six of hearts, that means that there is there's an abundance in your life, but there's a balance as well. Okay, so it's not too much of abundance, and it's not, not just barely making it. It's literally a perfect balance. Okay, and so that comes into play when it comes to this, knowing that everything is not everything, nothing is permanent. So it's good to have that certain balance and to be operating in that sixth level, in that sixth frequency. Okay, because you are balanced in every way. So if in the event things take a turn for the worse to a 5, you're not losing your mind, okay? Because you're literally walking in a balance of 6. So there's no way that, I'm not saying that life won't hurt you or life won't bother you, but it won't take you out because you're literally walking in balance. You're remembering, okay? You're allowing yourself to remember that nothing is permanent. Okay, nothing is permanent. It could go good, it could go bad, and it's okay to be on a 6. Okay, so that's just a little numerology 101 for you guys, and that's why I pulled my tarot cards out real quick. And I also gave you guys the numbers on playing cards. I was not allowed. We had to sneak playing with playing cards when I was a kid, and I had an idea why until I learned about tarot and how you can actually read cards, playing cards with tarot. And it's actually much easier to read with playing cards because you don't have all the pictures and all that other stuff. So it gives you basic, if you know numerology and if you know what those symbols mean, then you can read those cards. Gave y'all some 101. All right. Anything else, Dr. Bombay?
Just want to say that, like I said, of all the laws that govern the universe and beyond, the law of impermanence is the one of deliverance. And, on the flip side of that, just for you abstract type thinkers, the only thing that is a constant or remains the same is change. And with that, I leave you with words of peace and tranquility. Namaste.
Peace, guys.